Hi, this is Aaron Walpin with AWOLaudio.com, and we're going to go over some drum mixing and editing techniques today. What I'm basically going to do here is show you something I recorded. This is my band, The Raspas, from Austin, Texas. This is our drummer. He played really good, but I'm just going to go over what I did to mix this here. For the kick, I put this EQ on. Boosted a little of the low end, not too much. I had already kind of gotten a fat sound going into tape. And to bring some of that high clickiness out, you can see I boosted about around 5,800, quite a bit actually, and get that snappy sound. After that, sent it through this beast, beefing up some of that low end. You can hear the before and after. That's before, that's after, you know, subtle. Then there's this side. This is the beater of the mic. And I put these on here. I gated it with this SSL, you know, gate and compressor. And I did the same thing here. So with those powers combined, we've got, that's our kick sound right there. Moving on to the snare. Here it is before, kind of dull sounding. Can we brighten it up a little bit? Got a little hi-hat in there too. And then there's my EQ, beefed up the 125, and here's that by itself. He's just rim knocking right now. Here's the underneath the snare. And then I put a little EQ on there. That's what this is. Let's dig in a little, get some of that 1K in there. Very cool. All right. Toms were good. I didn't have to edit them. I didn't have to mix them or anything. They sound good as is. And we got our overheads over here. Actually. And here's what I did with the overheads. I bust them to another track so I can EQ and compress the overheads the same way. You know, rather than having multiple plugins on two different tracks, I just got one set of plugins that's compressing and EQing both sides of the overheads. So there's one of the compressors right there. Here's my EQ. Took out some of the low end so it's not so muddy. Boosted a little bit of the highs. Get that hi-hat nice, get the cymbals. Good stuff. And then after that, I compressed it again. And I did this here. I think this was just for the loud parts, when he really gets up there, just to tame it. So right now, it's not even hitting that hard. All right. And here's the whole thing. Keep in mind the panning I've got going on. Kick in the center, snare in the center. Pan the toms a bit. Definitely pan the overheads. Good stuff there. So now to go over some editing techniques. He played pretty solid, so there's not actually a lot of editing to do, but if I were to, the key thing you got to remember is to make sure your drums are grouped, and that's right here. To do that, it's on an Apple computer, it's Command G, and you just select your tracks that you want in this group. That way when you make an edit, you know, if I want to cut this spot and copy and paste it somewhere else, you need to do it to all the tracks together. So to make a separation, you hit B after you highlight something, and then you can move it wherever you want. You know, and say we want it over here, and we can just, you know, tidy it on in. Separate there, and we can move that wherever we want. If we want a cooler roll over here instead of where it was, just tab, hit Control, click on there, boom, right on there. Let's see how that sounds. There's no need to edit because he did so good, but let's see what that's not how it was originally. Originally it was this. That's all he did, and our edit right there was this right here. A little more, say you didn't like that just broom broom, we actually changed it to this. So there's a bunch of stuff. You can go forever talking about editing. It takes a lot of time to learn how to edit, but those are some basics. I hope this helped show you how to do some mixing and editing techniques. My name is Aaron Walpin with awolaudio.com. Thank you all so much. Y'all have a good one.